Wendy Larson here. So I wanted to come here live and talk to you guys about something that has been really exciting in the world of Plexus in our team right now. I really feel that we are onto something that could really change your business, and I want to share with you what I feel very strongly what that could be. I think it was sometime in December, just to give you a backstory. Sometime in December, we had a testimony from a gal on our team who did a health testimony during one of our weekly team meetings. And she is a senior gold. All of a sudden, she did this post and she had lost 60 pounds in a year. And it was all Plexus. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what the heck? This is so exciting. What did you do? Now, I want to give credit where credit is due, but I think a few years before that, maybe 2 years ago, she had joined Lori Harrison's group when Lori Harrison was talking about the Restore and the Black Hunger Control Cherry Lime Slim. I think Lori was also talking about lymphatic massage. I don't know the details of what Lori was sharing, so I cannot say I know that. I just know that she took information from Lori's group and implemented it. And when she shared her testimony with us, she said, all I'm doing, or the only thing that has changed, I've taken these products for 12 years, and the only thing that has changed is that I am taking my Slim and my Restore and 2 Balance at about mid-morning. And she said, at first, I thought my pants were getting looser. I didn't think anything of it. The next thing I knew I was buying new shorts for summer. And then the next thing I knew, my t-shirts were too big. And so then I decided to weigh myself, and she had dropped 50 pounds. And all she did was tweak the timing of when she was taking her products. And so I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to try this and I'm going to see. And I did. And at first, the first 2 weeks, I didn't have any movement in my scale. I did notice that my pants were looser. I did notice that I needed to tighten the string on my jammy pants. I did notice that my face was thinner. I did notice that I wasn't as hungry, or I was more satiated, or that I couldn't finish a lot of my meals, and I didn't have a desire for sweets or snacking. And I thought, what is going on? And so I started to do a little bit of research about the GLP-1 hormone, and is this doing something in our body that is, I don't think we can say it's increasing GLP-1, okay? What I can say and what I believe is that it's removing interference in our body so that the GLP-1 signal that the hormone sends out from the gut to the brain is stronger, thus resulting in the weight loss testimonies that we have had when we tested it. And I have been doing this for 3 months now. I'm down 17 pounds. I have a friend who is also doing it. She's been doing it for 2 months, maybe a little bit less than 2 months. She is down 13 pounds today. She just sent me a message. And so as I was studying about this hormone, there were a few things that I learned because I wanted to make sure I was not going to self-sabotage the results of what I was experiencing. Okay. And I think this is really important. And this is probably really key to why people are seeing results so quickly. And it's important we understand this hormone. Okay. This hormone functions best with the least amount of inflammation in the body. And so there are components in the Restore that help with inflammation. And a lot of us are probably taking Ease or taking, Probio 5 and BioCleanse, and that is definitely helping with inflammation. And so the hormone can signal better without inflammation. What's also happening is that we are not as prone or craving sugar or sweets or salt, aka potato chips or popcorn, which has seed oils in it. And this is also affecting the intake of inflammatory foods. And so that is also helping signaling, okay? I also learned that this hormone requires a fast. And I'm not talking about the 3-day reset, although that's good. It's very good. And it's probably why a lot of people have had success on the 3-day reset when they're doing a monthly. But in a day, in a 24-hour window, this hormone requires a fast in between meals, which is basically no more snacking. And I think we've been conditioned in the diet industry, even from doctors. I think Jillian Michaels in The Biggest Loser, that we've been conditioned to think that we need to have 6 small meals a day in order for our metabolism to be ramped up, which isn't true. If this hormone is constantly trying to deal with food, it is weak and it does not talk to the brain properly. And so having the fast in between the meals increases the strength of the signaling in this hormone. And this is a testimony that we are seeing in week 1 with a lot of people, is that they don't have any desire to snack and that the cravings have gone way down. So we're dealing with inflammation. We're dealing with, we're having the fasting in between meals. The other thing that is really important to understand with this hormone is that it requires a lot of protein. And we know that, okay, I think that the doctor talked about it during Super Saturday, is that protein is really an important component to this hormone because this hormone requires protein to actually function. And so protein first and carbs second. There is no special diet with this, but if you do proteins first and carbs second, you signal the hormone to work first. And if you were to do carbs first and protein last, then you're signaling insulin to work first. And so what you're trying to do is tell your body to get the GLP-1 hormone to signal before the insulin. And what that will do is that it gets you to feel fuller faster. It gets you to get that hormone nice and strong. So when it's running around in your body doing its job and telling, which energy to go where, and that you're full, or the stomach should empty slower, the digestion slows down when you're eating, which is a good thing. You want your digestion to be slow when you're eating because you're taking in nutrients from your food. You're taking in amino acids. Things are getting broken down properly when digestion is slower, and we're not like stuffing our face with pasta, or we're so hungry because our blood sugars are low and we're just eating whatever we're eating just to not feel yucky. Okay. So protein first, carbs second. And so that's just something that we've also been talking about. Hydration is super important. We know that in Plexus, right? Sleep is really important. Not everybody gets great sleep. When they're on this system, their sleep is improving, which also is a very, 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 very important part for this hormone to work optimally. What was the other thing? I feel like there was another thing. White kidney bean extract that we take in our balance is shown to reduce belly fat. And so we are seeing a lot of people talking about, like, why is my belly, like, I feel like I'm losing belly fat, but my scale hasn't moved. It is removing belly fat. Abdominal fat is one of the first things that people notice. So with that being said, I'm going to just tell you guys a couple of testimonies that have come out of our challenge group that we started with a lot of our existing customers, existing ambassadors, and brand new customers. We just started this challenge February 1st. They're a week and a half in, okay? Following the system, no snacks in between meals, protein before carbs, and then taking their Slim Hunger Control, their Restore, and their 2 Balance at mid-morning. This is not complicated. People always want to overcomplicate it. Here's another thing that's super important. Do not add anything. Do not add active or collagen or creatine or hydrate or anything else to your drink. Don't confuse it with something else to deal with. Okay, take those at other times of the day, but don't take it with your drink. Okay, week and a half in. What I want to say today is the number on my scale is a number that I haven't seen in several years. I actually have confidence today that this is going to be different. I'm excited to continue this challenge to see what's going to happen as well. and with the changes that I've made, which is the things that I mentioned. Food noise is definitely taking a back seat here. Unfortunately, I lost a ring today that I wear every day, but it slipped off of my finger. This is like the second or third person that said that their rings are loose. Inflammation. Here's another testimony. I noticed that the brain fog is getting better or non-existent. My cravings for sweets have completely disappeared. Able to turn down sweets at home and at work is something I never thought I could do. And then the last one that I want to share is for 3 weeks, I have adjusted the timing of these Squeaky Clean supplements. She has been a product user for 10 years, I think, has taken all these products, just not at this time frame. And she is going also through perimenopause. But in 3 weeks' time, she has lost 6.5 pounds and 2 inches around her perimenopause belly. And she says the food noise has quieted, which is satiation, and fasting in between meals or no snacking is an absolute breeze. I have zero temptation to pick anything off of my kids' plates. I am a diehard. I built my diamond business diehard on Triplex. I have tens of thousands of testimonies of people that have started on the Triplex. I never really looked at Plexus as a weight loss company. Okay, I'm 52 now. I'm going through my own changes. My body is changing in ways that I don't even recognize myself anymore. And maybe some of you can relate to that. Probably a lot of you have been in here for 10, 11, 12, 13 years. You can relate to that. Our body has changed. And so to find something that is already at our fingertips and just changing the timing and just understanding the hormone a little bit, you don't have to be an expert, but changing that a little bit has made such a difference in our team, in the excitement, in the passion. People are coming back who haven't ordered in forever because they can't stop seeing what's being talked about online. To try this system, we are only talking about 2 product combos. Is the Slim Hunger Control Black Cherry, Restore and Balance. That's one system. And then the other one is the Trim and the Triplex. It's those 2. That is all we're talking about. That's it. And it has been so simple. It has been so easy. It has been uncomplicated.